Well, I will apologize that you feel some type of way. I will even apologize for even having.
I don't think that's an apology.
No. That isn't. That's some
No,
bullshit.
Now, sashay away. Candy, candy, wait.
Hello, drag lovers. Gloria Hole here. And welcome to Queen Central, where the tea is hot, but the respect for legends is hotter. Let's set the scene. This is the moment you've been craving. Picture this. The workroom is silent, not a sequin rustles. RuPaul stares down the queens, pauses, and delivers the blow. She brought too much chaos and won't advance to the finale. Cue the gasps. Queens clutch their pearls. Someone yells, "What?" So loud, it probably cracked a mirror. This, darlings, is the twist that reshaped the entire season. So grab your glitter and maybe a tissue as we unpack the drama that made RuPaul declare this isn't working. Let's reveal the queen who stirred the pot and got benched before the finale. The competition was fierce, too fierce. From the start, this season was tight, like corset on the last hook, tight. The queens were bringing fashion, fire, and fights to the runway. But in the middle of all that fabulous chaos was one queen who seemed determined to burn it all to the ground. She was...
Plain Jane, this week, you get a BBW. A big, beautiful win. Congratulations. You're the winner of this week's challenge.
She was loud. She was bold. She threw shade like it was confetti. Some called her iconic. Others called her a walking storm, warning with lashes. And yet, week after week, she survived. By the skin of her teeth, by the power of a wig reveal, by pure confidence. But let's be real, chaos sells. Every week, fans tuned in just to see what she'd do next. Would she start a fight at the mirror? Would she accidentally spill someone's glitter? Would she shade Ru's runway look to her face? Spoiler, she did. Ru's eyebrow has never recovered. This queen wasn't just playing the game, she was rewriting the rules. And honestly, part of me lived for it. But
every T is crossed, every I is dotted with you. I don't worry about that. What I worry about is the self-love that I want to give to you because you deserve it.
But the other queens, they were plotting her downfall like Regina George at a burn book party. But behind the scenes, oh honey, the queens were not having it. Producer panic and untucked drama. Now, you didn't hear this from me. Okay, you did. But sources say production was in full panic mode behind the camera. Allegedly, this queen caused delays, tension, and total drama. Enough to stress out a lighting guy who's seen things no human should. Rumor has it she refused to rehearse choreo for the Russical. She rewrote her own lines in the acting challenge, mid-filming. And when asked to redo a runway walk, she said, if Ru wants it twice, Ru can walk it herself. Even in Untucked, she went full supervillain. At one point, she clapped her hands and said, this show needed a storyline. You're welcome. Now, I've got tea from a producer who asked to stay anonymous. Let's call them Glitter Ghost. Glitter Ghost told me that during the Russical meltdown, this queen refused to wear her assigned costume. Why? Because it was too basic. She showed up in her own neon monstrosity and said, this is art, darling. Your vision is a rental. The director nearly quit. The other queens? They started a prayer circle. And during Untucked, when the girls tried to confront her, she pulled out a compact mirror, powdered her nose, and said, your trauma is not my character development. Iconic, toxic, but iconic. Someone get that girl an Emmy or a muzzle. RuPaul's private comment. She ruined it. She ruined it all. Here's where it gets spicy. Multiple insiders claim that after one particularly chaotic challenge day, RuPaul turned to a producer, took a sip of her iced coffee, and said, she ruined it. She won't make it to the final. I've made my decision. Not in the finale?
Ooh.
7 seasons of doing RuPaul's Drag Race. I've never seen a car crash like this before.
Now, RuPaul never speaks like that on set. Ru is the queen of poise, patience, and passive-aggressive eyebrow lifts. But this was a moment of raw, glitter-drenched truth. The queen in question had crossed a line, not just with the other girls, but with Mama Ru herself. And baby, when you lose RuPaul, that's harder to fix than a glued-down wig in a rainstorm. Here's the kicker. RuPaul wasn't just mad, she was disappointed. Insiders say Ru had high hopes for this queen early on. She loved her nerve, her audacity, her ability to make the camera sweat. But when the drama started overshadowing the art, Ru drew the line. One crew member shared, Ru kept saying, "This isn't drag, this is a circus." And honey, when Mama Ru compares you to clowns, that's the read of the century. Even Michelle Visage reportedly said, "She's giving us Botched the musical." Ouch! The final nail? Ru vetoed her from the finale during a lunch break. No discussion, no producer's plea. Fans started to notice. And y'all, fans aren't blind. People started noticing. This queen was getting less screen time. Her shady confessionals were mysteriously vanishing. That lip sync, where she clearly should have gone home, suddenly looked edited. One fan wrote, "She has main character energy, but side villain editing." Fans went full Nancy Drew. Someone analyzed her lip sync frame by frame. Another edited her confessionals into a villain origin story titled "The Rise and Fall of a Chaos Goblin." It's on YouTube, and it's art. Even the queen's Instagrams hinted at drama. Another shared a TikTok dancing to Bad Blood with #NotMyProblem. The fandom was fed, but the buffet was getting stale. This is the first time I've rooted for Karma in heels. Yikes, it became clear. Ru was slowly fading her out. And the queens left in the competition? They were thriving without the drama tornado blowing through every mirror check-in. The missing episode theory. Oh, and here's a wild twist. Some Drag Race conspiracy theorists believe there was an entire mini challenge cut from an episode, because this queen allegedly caused a backstage meltdown that turned into an argument so brutal it couldn't be aired. Like, she might have literally screamed during a sewing challenge and threw fabric like ninja stars. One queen reportedly cried, one quit the room, one just sat down and said, "I'm too pretty for this."
Or RuPaul knew.
Was it edited out to protect reputations? What if I told you? The meltdown wasn't just fabric. Rumor has it she also misplaced another queen's wig right before a runway. Allegedly, she hid it in a plant and said, "Maybe it'll grow into something wearable." The victim? Let's just say she's a fan favorite who now rocks bald caps ironically. And the real twist, the missing mini challenge was a makeover segment where she paired queens with literal mannequins. Why? Because real people can't handle my vision. The producers scrapped it, but imagine the chaos. Mannequins in sequins, mannequins crying, mannequins getting blocked on Twitter. Possibly, but it only added fuel to the theory that RuPaul had said, enough. Eliminate with style. Her last episode and the exit shade. When Elimination Day came, the tension was thicker than a queen's thighs in fishnets. The lip sync went down. She gave it her all. Splits, spins, and a wig under another wig. But Ru didn't flinch. The moment Ru said, "Sashay away," the workroom exhaled. And the exit line? Oh, she didn't go quietly. Nope. Her final words? "Well, you'll still be talking about me next season." Ma'am, you're not wrong. And here's the gag. Production tried to give her a redemption arc in her final episode. They edited in sad piano music during her mirror message. They showed her vulnerable confessional about just wanting to be seen. But when she left the stage, she ripped off her wig, threw it into the crew, and yelled, "Here's your Emmy moment." The editors had to blur half the frame because her exit was, let's say, unfiltered. She left like she arrived, loud, messy, and allergic to accountability. And honestly, we wouldn't want it any other way. Legend or chaos queen? So, what's the verdict? Was she misunderstood? A queen ahead of her time? Or just a glitter bomb in a silk dress? What we do know is this. When RuPaul says you ruined it, there's no runway long enough to fix that reputation. And when a queen becomes more dramatic than the lip sync music, it might just be her time to sparkle elsewhere. So where is she now? Rumor has it she's hosting a chaos tour where fans pay to get roasted. There's a viral cameo of her telling a viewer, "Your makeup is why God invented filters." She's leaning in, babes. No regrets, no apologies. And let's be honest, Drag Race needs villains. Without her, this season would have been about checks notes, sewing challenges, and sisterhood. Yawn. She gave us memes, meltdowns, and a masterclass in how to derail a show with style. So light a candle for the queen who ruined it all, or better yet, light her wig on fire. She'd probably love it. But hey, every season needs a villain. And this queen, she turned being unlikable into an art form. Honestly, iconic in her own chaotic way. So next time you hear that RuPaul already knows who's not making the final, just remember, it's not just about glam. It's about grace, growth, and knowing when to let the drama go. And with that, I'm off to write a musical titled Ruined by a Queen. Catch me in rehearsals. I'll be the one screaming, "Shantae, you slayed," at a mannequin. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with your squad. Until next time, stay shady, stay sparkly. And remember, if the tea's hot, pour it with style.